Hello everyone, welcome to Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to be taking a look at our next portion of our unboxing series for Marvel Zombies, a Zombicide game from CMON and Spinmaster. Today we're going to be taking a look at X-Men Resistance. This was the second core box from the Kickstarter. It also is available at retail. There's no Kickstarter exclusiveness to the box itself. So everything that's in here, you can get at retail if you so choose. This is the living version of the game, essentially. This is the version where you are playing against the living heroes, fighting against a never-ending horde of undead superheroes, or whatever you want to call them. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this box right here. If you are interested in seeing what is in the Marvel Zombies proper box, as well as the Galactus Lawn Gnome, you can check out our unboxings in the playlist that this video should be in. I'll have a link to the playlist up at the top here. So there is that. We'll also be doing additional unboxings after this for the stretch goal box, and in some way the additional Kickstarter exclusive versions of the expansions. Don't know if I'm going to do those as one video or try to do those as separate videos, but what you should do is hit the notification bell at the bottom. Hit the notification bell down at the bottom, so that way you know when those are going up, and also subscribe to the channel, because why not? It's fun. You'll enjoy it. It'll be great. Anyway, so there is our box for X-Men Resistance. Wolverine and Rogue and Magneto pretty much holding down the fort in the front there while all this zombie chaos is going around. And I also noticed that somebody's leaving right here, because the Blackbird is flying off. It's flying off. So anyway, going to the other view here, we've got Wolverine and Rogue at the top over there. This side we've got Magneto on the sides of the box, and then on the back of the box we have obligatory product stuff, barcodes, and those kind of things. Flavor text here is: when the zombie invasion took over the world's mightiest heroes, most assumed everything was lost, but some superheroes still remain to stand against the undead. Old allies will need to be put down before they can devour every single last person on the planet. So assemble your superhero team and muster all the power you can. You are humanity's last hope. Marvel Zombies X-Men Resistance. A little bit more about the actual game here, but it is a cooperative game for 1 to 6 players. Takes about an hour to play. That's not true. We've played this. It's not this one, but we've played Zombicide. It takes more than an hour. And in order to fight the undead horde, you have to be 14 years and up. I don't make the rules. So yeah, we're going to unbox this and see why this box is actually bigger than the Marvel Zombies one. I looked when I was putting the other one away. This is actually, the box is thicker. It is thicker for some reason. I don't know why. So, but we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and do that obligatory. Take a look at that. You can't see anything because of the plastic, so we're gonna spin it around and open her up. Now, like I said, this is going to be where you play against the living characters. There is technically already a version of the game out right now on Amazon. It fluctuates as to whether or not it's $50 or $35. I got it when it was $35. It was on $35 recently. Now it's back up to $50. But that is a living version playing against living heroes that are not X-Men. Going to be similar rules to that, I imagine. Trying to get that plastic off there. Whereas this one's going to have full miniatures and everything. The other one has standees in it. So that is what that is. So we're going to take this and go like that. I said all that to just say this is the living version. So there is the box right there. Marvel Zombies. Here, X-Men Resistance. X-Men Resistance. I said Heroes Resistance at any point. I lied. This is X-Men Resistance. I get those confused because I have been saying Heroes Resistance for like 6 months. So anyway, so this is Marvel Zombies. X-Men Resistance from Marvel Spinmaster Guillotine and CMON. It's a Zombicide game by Michael Chenal, Fabio Curry, from an original design by Gaetan Lulian Rolt, and art by Marco Cicchito. No idea if I'm saying that right at all. I apologize for all those names. Michael Chenal is the only one I actually think I know how to say it. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and open her up, place that there, and we got our free content flyer right there. Most likely that takes you to the Marvel Zombies page on the CMON website. Both X-Men Resistance and regular Marvel Zombies, as well as Heroes Resistance, all have extra missions, at least one extra mission per box to play as. So it is worth checking out and going over there. You also get a copy of the rules book and all that stuff. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the rule book right here. We got our table of contents on the front page. We got our game components with all our various merry mutants and allies, as well as our walkers, our brutes, and our runners. The choices for, in my mind, the brutes and the runners, actually just the brutes, was a little odd. We'll kind of get to that when we see the actual figures, but here's all the other game components: 140 cards, 62 tokens, zombie mode contents. We got our plastic dashboards, color bases, dice, and 12 tracker cubes. Got our introduction right here, the way to set up the game overview, useful definitions, line of sight, all that stuff. Most of this stuff, I'm not going to go through it too much. They do have some stuff on movement in here and everything. We do have, let's see, rules for the stairs and rules for the elevator. That is going to be different than regular Marvel Zombies because we don't have those items in that one, in either regular Marvel Zombies or Heroes Resistance. They talk about the danger levels, enemies, multiple man being a regular enemy is fine. He is zombified, he multiplies as his mutant power. I understand the walker aspect. The Reaver, who is a brute, I don't know the name of that particular Reaver. Unless something's different, I don't remember that character being more than one character. I might be wrong. I remember one tank guy when I was a kid, but I don't remember like an army of them. And the Hellfire Soldiers, though a little bit odd, I do get, because that's another like soldier character, very similar to like shield agents that would be there. So these two, perfect sense to me. This one's a little odd, and I think the people were actually questioning that during the campaign as well. We got the zombie hero cards as well and how they interact. Things you do on the player phase: move, open doors and windows, gain traits, attack, rescue bystanders, power up, interact with objects, and then end of turn. Things that happen on the enemy phase, how movement works, breaking through windows, that's a new one there. How the walkers and runners and everybody spawn, all the things spawn, spawning in buildings, combat, how that works, power bystanders, interactive objects. Yeah, then we get into our missions. We've got the tutorial mission that takes place in the X-Men hangar. We got some missions right here with the outside of the grounds, more of the outside of the grounds. I don't think they can really, unlike the Marvel, the main Avengers version, I don't think they can do too much with the outside because it does have to follow a consistent floor plan, it looks like. There's the under basements there. There is the full X Mansion over here. Here's another one with the, I'm assuming, the upstairs. So, yep, there's more. There's the hallways of the X Mansion right there. Different tiles for that. The sub-basements, again, the same map tile for the overworld, the mansion itself. Mansion of Death right here. So we have all our tiles for all of that. And then this map is the full, looks like first floor of the mansion right there. So yeah, there is that. Then we also get into, we get into our zombie version of the missions. So let's see. So these missions, after that, after mission number 10, was that? Yeah, after mission number 10, you get into the zombie mode missions. These are basically missions that utilize the components from Marvel Zombies, where you actually play as the zombies, invading the X Mansion and the lower levels and all of that stuff. So that is pretty cool right there that they did that. It's less missions though, because you can definitely tell the other mode, the main mode in that box is the main draw, because there's only 5 missions for the zombie mode in this one. Like there was only 5 missions for the living mode in the other one. So that is all of the missions in the game. Everything that is in the rule book. That is a little creepy right there. Yeah, that's the little Cyclops holding up a head right there. So that is everything that we have in the rule book. And like I said, we are going to be going through this pretty soon. Also, one thing I do want to point out, if you can find them and if you got them through the Kickstarter, I do recommend, usually through a lot of Kickstarter, especially with CMON ones, once you've gone through the actual missions and you want to customize things a little bit, like for the expansion right there, I did pick up, I'm not going to go through them in this video, but I did pick up the extra tiles. This is basically how big the extra tiles box is, right there, but we will go through this kind of in another video. It is literally just the tiles that come with this, the expansions and the main game right there. Main reason I got this was for, again, customizing and stuff like that. I thought it'd be cool at some point to have a big massive game, especially with this, where you have all the floors of the expansion and hopefully the lower floors of the sub-basements for the expansion as well, all on one table, if you have a big enough table. So got that for that, as well as like the spoiler, but as well as like the Fantastic Four mode. So yeah, I got that. I usually recommend getting those anyway, but yeah, there is all that. So we have here our tiles, our tokens on the top of the box this time instead of being underneath. We do have our activation tokens here, all of our various spawn points here. I believe this is the elevator to get to the lower levels of the mansion. This one's going to have a sentinel hand that does stuff instead of the Avenger sign. These are going to be our objectives, so we have tons of different objectives. These are all the different doors. It looks like there's way more doors in this one. Again, you're inside of a building primarily in this one. And then the new mechanic of breaking through the windows. So we do have broken windows. They are broken on both sides of the tile here. I don't see any color variation, meaning like all these doors are red. You got the blue door and the green door right here, as well as the green and blue objective there. But all the windows look like there's no like break through the green window and get, you know, X or whatever. So X. So there's that. So that is all your tokens for that. We're going to take out the box of figures and move it over here for now. Again, don't see any really reason why this is a bigger box than the other one, unless there's something more in there that we'll, I guess, see in a minute. So we got all our tiles right here for all the rooms for the X Mansion. This is the same insert it looks like for Marvel Zombies, so there's no real difference to the insert. We got our character cards here. We do have different colors, it looks like, for, I didn't keep them out unfortunately, but we do have different colors, it looks like, for the character bases as well as the character cubes down here, which I like having that little bit of variety. Also, if you wanted to have, I don't know how you would increase the danger, essentially, danger room, but if you wanted to have more than 6 players on the board, you could, but then how many people are you going to get to play a party game with Zombicide? That would be crazy, especially if everybody's playing one at a time. By the time you get to your turn, it's like a D&D game. Anyway, so there's all those. Same dice as we always have right there. Spoiler, I did not buy with my pledge, I did not buy the extra dice because I figure I'm going to have a set here, a set in the regular game, and then I end up later on buying Heroes Resistance. So that has another set, so I have 18 dice specifically for this game with the Devourer symbol on the one, so I did not feel like I needed to buy extra dice for that. So there's that. There's enough dice to pass around. So, all right, we'll take a look at various cards here. Got our different card packs. These are going to be very similar to the ones in Avengers. I know that there's a name for it. It's not just Marvel Zombies. It actually has a Undead Avengers or something like that. There's actually a name to how they designate the actual main core game. So we will go ahead and take a look at this pack first. It's not the traits. I think it was the last pack I pulled out, but this one, I believe, is going to be like the bystanders and that kind of stuff. So we'll take a look at them. So let's look here. Again, these are very similar to the other game. So we're going to have, for instance, like Abigail Brand right here. So there's Abigail Brand, former girlfriend of, I believe, Beast. We got Amanda Sefton right there, which I want to say is an Excalibur character. That this one was a little odd. Like the X-Men one was kind of odd because there was characters that I feel like would have been good for playable heroes that ended up being bystanders. Like Bolivar Trask, I would definitely have him more as a bystander in the game. Callisto, I would maybe think about, I'd probably put her as a bystander. Kazar, right there. I say I would put these as like playable characters, but I also don't know who I would then have as bystanders. So Moira McTaggart and Senator Kelly definitely would be bystanders for me. There's that. Shayna, we've got Valerie Cooper, again another character that I would put as a bystander, definitely. William Stryker and Trish Tilby right there. So those are all of your hero mode bystanders. All right, so other cards that look like they go into the bystander deck is going to be the Too Late card. Instead of spawning a bystander, draw a spawn card for this zone. So we're going to have 2 of those right there. And then these are those 2 secret mission cards that we saw in regular Marvel Zombies. These cards are not in, and I keep not glancing through the rules, or I keep not paying attention to the rules when I've been glancing through. These cards were not in Heroes Resistance, so that is a little interesting. So then we are going to have next our zombie heroes. So we got Juggernaut with varying degrees of health right there. It says toughness increases according to the highest danger level among the superheroes from 4 to 7. So he basically gets stronger and more unstoppable as he goes. Psylocke with her 3 health. Superheroes within range 2 do not gain power at the start of the player phase. So you definitely want to keep her away from you during the game. Sabretooth, who at one point almost killed Psylocke. The zone is attacked by a superhero in his zone. If his zone is attacked by a superhero in his zone, but Sabretooth is not eliminated, the attacker suffers 1 wound. So there is a rough one right there. And then, let's see, got formerly my favorite character, Cyclops, holding up his disembodied head and still optic blasting. Can attack from range 2. His attacks deal 1 wound to all superheroes in the targeted zone, so it's not like you can mitigate the damage to whoever you want. Everybody is going to take a damage. Dark Phoenix, no Jean Grey proper. We just basically went with the Phoenix Force and somehow zombified it. Dark Phoenix, all superheroes within range 2 suffer 1 wound when she activates. So when she activates, she just hits you, and then I'm assuming she still moves and activates. So there's that. And then finally, Iceman. Superheroes' attacks suffer -1 to dice results within the range of 1 of him. So you're definitely going to want to do somehow boosted range 2 attacks on him. That way you aren't getting, or that way you can actually hit him. So that's going to be cool. And then we've got the obligatory Sentinel hand with the 2-sided Sentinel hand. We've got, let's see, the Throne side does range 0 to 2, Roll 1 die for each enemy in the targeted zone. Heroes are ignored for this attack. Remove the token after this attack. It hits on a 5+, and then Sentinel Hand Plasma Blast. Each hit counts as 2 hits against a single enemy. Flip the token to its spent side after this attack. So, okay, so one you use the energy blast, the other one you throw it. So that is pretty cool right there. And then now we get into the other cards. So these are all the Bystander cards in the game, but we'll take a look at, because we've already seen the artwork, I don't necessarily need to put both of them on there. So this is an example of Abigail Brand right here with the 2 different versions of the card and what they do between the living version and the devoured version of the card. I do also want to point out halfway through this that I was knocking this camera a bunch apparently during the first part of that, so if a bunch of it was shaky, I do apologize, trying to rearrange things in the room. So anyway, we got all of our zombie, not zombie versions, but we have all the ones for zombie mode for the game for that. Then we've got the spawning heroes here, so very similar to the deck over here, where we're spawning zombie versions of heroes to fight against the living. These are the living versions of heroes spawning against the undead. These are the characters that you normally play as that we're now fighting against. So first we got Magneto. When he activates, move all zombie heroes within range 2 into his zone. So there is that. Like, if you think you're getting away from him, you basically need to make sure you are at range when you start the activation phase. Mystique, it's in the other box, I'm sorry. I was confused because I looked at the back of Mystique's card. It's like the normal Bystander, or the normal spawn card, and I was like, wait, isn't she supposed to be in the Bystander deck? And I realized what I was thinking. Mystique, each time she activates, draw a superhero card. This is the ability she has until the start of the next enemy phase. At that point, reshuffle the extra card back into the superhero deck. So she basically is gaining powers. Yeah, I guess so. She's gaining, that is the ability she has. Draw super card. Okay, so she basically has the ability of whoever else that you would draw, which is weird. I figured that would be more of a rogue thing, whereas rogue, while in her zone, zombie heroes lose all skills. So, yeah, so that's that. So then Colossus, gain +1 toughness for each zombie hero with a devoured bystander within 1. There's that. Then we got Wolverine, only 3 health. If he is eliminated by a non-devour attack, lay his model on its side. During his next activation, he stands back up and performs no actions. So if you don't devour him, he will come back. Now when he comes back, he doesn't do anything, which is good. So it basically means 2 turns to get away from him or do something with him or devour him. But that is pretty cool mechanic in there. Storm, she attacks with range 1, dealing 1 wound to all zombie heroes within range 1 each time she attacks. So there's that, basically hitting you with all the lightning bolts. So that is all of the Bystander and Spawn related cards. Next we will take a look at the trait deck for the heroes. So this is going to be slightly different cards for playing as the living mode in the game, whereas the other game has the zombie trait deck. So again, to play properly, you do need to have this deck if you're going to play as Spider-Man, as Doctor Strange, as Scarlet Witch from the other box. So although we do get 3, and I think, again, I didn't look back at it during the time between filming, but we get 3 of these ambush cards right here. I think all the traits we get 3 copies of. Again, in Heroes Resistance, I think we only got 2 of each one. So let's see, we got Power Up, discard during your turn, perform 1 free Power Up action. Determined, discard during your turn and spend 1 power to perform 1 free attack action. Let's see, spend 1 power to move that many additional zones. That's dash. Focus, discard before attacking +1. This is how focused he is right here. Add +1 to dice rolls and ignore target priority for this attack. So that's actually pretty nice. Ignoring target priority. Mighty, discard before attacking. Spend 1 power to roll +3 die. That is nice. Especially when you're fighting like Zombie Hulk and stuff like that, or even Zombie Juggernaut. Right there. This is True Grit. Unstoppable. Some of these are gonna be, I don't they recognize the names. I don't know how many of these were in Heroes Resistance. So there is that inspirational. Say discard during your turn and spend 1 power. Another superhero within range 1 may immediately perform 1 free action. So there is inspiring by pointing over there. So there's that, and then tactile or tactical. Tenacious, discard after attacking, reroll any die. That's always a good card to have. Guardian, discard when enemies move into a zone within range 2 containing a bystander or superhero. Move into that zone ignoring enemies, so that's nice. Resourceful, +1 range. There's that. I didn't see, unless I completely read it and didn't retain it, I don't see in here any healing. So there's that. I think go with that as you will. So then finally, I believe this is our zombie spawn deck, which I think looks a little bit like the other spawn deck in Heroes Resistance, because that's one of the things I did notice on there is the back that had a bunch of characters that weren't in the game. So anyway, so there are regular walkers, walker rush as normal. We got our brutes, brute rush. I got runners, and then our super zombie hero. None of them, I don't think, spawn more than 1 zombie. Then we got our walkers again, more walker rushing brutes, brute rush, runners. Yeah, so let's see, multiple man. Get into something hopefully that's a little different. Spawn indicated walkers in all zones containing walkers. Let's see. So multiple man, multiplication. So if you're on, let's say, orange, and it says 2 walkers. Spawn indicated walkers in all zones containing walkers. So if there's already a bunch of zones containing walkers, you add 2 more to each one. That could be a lot, depending on what you're doing. Not 2 for each walker, but 2 per zone with a walker. Brutes, move all brutes up to 2 zones if possible. Any superheroes in a zone they enter lose all their power. That sucks. Extra activation, extra activation. Let's see. Hidden bystander. Spawn 1 bystander, ignoring any too late card. Then draw another spawn card from the zone. Hidden bystander and enemies ignore each other. Roll a die after each of its activations. On a 5+, the bystander is no longer hidden. So that is going to be a pretty interesting mechanic. I didn't see anything special with the runners. Yeah, I just see the extra activation for the runner, so I don't see any additional power for the Hellfire troopers. So anyway, so now we're going to get to our ID cards. So these are the ID cards to play as the living heroes in a normal game of X-Men Resistance. It also has the cards to play the zombie heroes that are in this box in regular Marvel Zombies. Now, if you are slightly wondering where everything else is, as far as like, hey, when can I play as Magneto as a zombie in regular Marvel Zombies? Well, all that stuff is up in the stretch goal box. That will be another video in itself. I'll probably spend a video just going over the actual stretch goal box. It has the stretch goals and the dailies in there. So that'll be its own probably dedicated video. Again, mainly doing this because my recording time right now on this is 33 minutes. I haven't even gotten to this box yet. So that's part of why we're doing this. It'd take me like, I don't want to edit the Fellowship of the Ring of an unboxing. That's where they go. It'd be the extended version of Fellowship of the Ring. Anyway, so we've got Magneto's spawn card right here. And again, like in the other one, all the superheroes in this one are 3 health, whereas all the zombie heroes are 5. I'm sure there's reasons for that in the game, but I just find it funny how much less health. I was gonna say weaker, but how much less health the zombie hero or the living heroes have to the zombie heroes. So there is that right there. There is Mystique's card. Their shape shifting abilities on it. Do we have? Okay, Magneto is. I was gonna say, do we have anybody with range? But so far, both people we have there are range. This one looks like we have an even split of range and melees here. So there is Wolverine with his adamantium claws, of course. Does he get any kind of heal? When attacking with adamantium claws, add +1 to your dice results for each wound you have suffered. For each roll of 6, roll +1 die. These dice may generate additional dice, lash out, healing factor. At the start of each end phase, you may restore any amount of health. Cool. So he does get a healing ability. You just have to knock out a crap ton of zombies to do it. Storm has her lightning bolt base attack, her gust, her chain lightning, and her inspiring. Right there. And then we've got Rogue. Again, people like Rogue and Colossus, I don't understand why they don't have 4 or 5 health similar. I don't know if I'll have to look in the stretch goal box when I get to that. It may not be today, it might be tomorrow when I can film that. But I don't understand why, because I think Hulk in the Hero's Resistance has 4 or 5 health, so I don't understand why Colossus doesn't have equal amount of health in the core game here. So there's Colossus right there. So again, just kind of odd. Let's see, we've got Juggernaut right here to play as him in the other version of the game. Everybody, again, having the same Devour ability, it looks like. Then we've got Psylocke right here. And then we've got Sabretooth. And then my boy, Cyclops, before all the, murder, before he went crazy and, killed Xavier. Spoilers. But anyway, so we got his Blushing Bride there, Dark Phoenix. And then his childhood friend, Iceman, right there. So that is all of our cards, all our hero cards and whatnot. I'm going to put them up there for now for both the main game, for the zombie version of the game and the heroic version of the game. Lastly, before we get into that box over here, we will look at the various tiles in the game. Again, not understanding, I probably will find out in there why the box was thicker by like half an inch. It was odd to me. Anyway, so let me know down in the comments though, because as I said in the last video, I know people are anxiously waiting for this. Everyone's waiting for their shipping on the game. So just let me know kind of like if you're still waiting for the game, anything like that. Who from this box that you are most anticipating, anything, and kind of what stuff. I'll probably ask this again in the next video, but kind of looking at what characters that you want us to use when we do these videos on gameplay for both X-Men and Marvel. I'm not just going to stick with who's in the these core boxes for 10 missions each. I would like to very, very quickly get to stretch goal characters so that way we can kind of showcase all of them if we can. So, but yeah, anyway, that is all I'm going to say on that. So this looks like some interior of the X-Mansion. Specifically, it looks like it's the upstairs, I believe. Where are we starting at? Well, I'm starting at the end because that's tile number 18 and we want to start on tile number 10. So anyway, there is, looks like the billiard room of the mansion right there. So I'll place that. Oh, and the other side is, looks like Cerebro on that side. And then looks like we've got the pool of the mansion on the upper level. Looks like the elevator is here too with some damage to the upper levels. On the other side, again, the lower levels of the mansion of the X-Men base. Let's see, we've got this tile right here, a bunch more rooms. This is probably why they have more doors. Like down here in this room, you can tell that they have split the room, so that way you do have additional space. I'm pretty sure that's a split. It doesn't go like through the desk or anything like that, but that I guarantee is some kind of a split in the room itself. And then there's the other side of it right here. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Some kind of a lab, or that might be the danger room. But again, you can see where it's like has all these like forced separations where zombies would go here and here. So basically enter through that room. It is weird that the danger room would just have like a door that you would go to like your classroom at school in it. So let's see, another level of the mansion proper, and the sub levels down here looks like more like, you know, labs and stuff like that. The main foyer with somebody crushed under a chandelier. Can't tell who that would be. Just a bunch of blood splatter all over the place. And there is more to the sub levels of the mansion right there. This looks like the main wardroom in there. Yeah, like the conference desk right there, and like their computer over there. Again, more rooms. Looks like Xavier's old chair is up there at the top, right here. But in the Sentinel Strike, he's got yeah, there's the Blackbird hangar, so that's pretty cool. It's the Blackbird hangar, and I understand the whole like scale aspect, but these characters are going to be huge in that room, so that's a little suspension of disbelief. Again, also the doors, like that's like a regular door is going to be whatever. There is the garage right there. I'm pretty sure it's Logan's motorcycle from X-Men 1, or from the movie X-Men, but I'm pretty sure this is his Jeep and Cyclops' car from X-Men animated series is where I think I've seen those from. More levels to the, I'm assuming, top floor of the grounds. Here is the fountain right there, split up into, I don't know if these are zones and if this is all one zone connecting to these, so I'll have to double check that in the manual, but nothing spawns outside apparently. And then we've got a bedroom of some sort in the upper part of the foyer right there, and again the elevator. And then finally what looks like the greenhouse outside, possibly. And then unfortunately the graveyard for all the fallen X-Men, and then on the back side where we started, more rooms for the upper levels. So those are all of our tiles for the game. Again, like I said, I did get the extra tile packs so that way I can have basically all these tiles if I wanted to showing at one time. So that would be pretty cool. I don't think I've got anything else to delay with, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the actual box of figures now as we open this up. Now I do like this tray a little bit more from the color standpoint. I like this blue a little bit more than the green color. I wish this was like more brighter blue, but I like it nonetheless. This looks really nice. So anyway, there's our character dashboards. I'll grab these and put them over here for now. And then we'll go ahead and get started with the main event right here. Glancing through, making sure no one is missing or weird. Why? No, that is supposed to be there. Okay. Looked weird. I guess it's the rabbit right there. But anyway, so we got our Juggernaut right there. That is a beefy boy right there. Lots of detail in these figures. Like, they are a little bit, to me, intimidating to paint. I have been watching quite a few different paint videos and practicing with some other figures that I have. This is going to be a little difficult. It's got there's no fire effect, but I'm pretty sure those are all skulls within the fire right there that Jean Grey is summoning. But like painting into there is going to be a pain in the butt. Speaking of not painting, we've got Iceman right here. I think the only thing I would maybe do with this one is possibly paint a ring around the base somehow of like because I would probably with these paint the base ring a little bit similar to the color of the figure, so that way I kind of differentiate them. Or I might just do black. I don't know. You can probably tell it's a zombie. But the clear ones, I always worry about doing that. Now, with that said, he does have a few monstrous features on there. You can't really see them on the camera here, but all in all, very nice figure there. We've got our zombie Sabretooth, who at first when I looked at it, I thought it was a different character. That was Craven for 2 seconds, but there is Sabretooth's figure. There is Zombie Cyclops, which I'd have to look, and I'm going to look at the artwork real quick. Oh, that is supposed to be there. He's got a little section right here. I don't know if you can see it by my finger right here, where it looks like the clothes are coming apart. But I didn't know if that was like a weird mold, but it looks like it's actually supposed to be there like that. So that is fine. I won't clip it off. There's that. And then there is Psylocke, who I'm assuming her neck is broken. That's why she's like walking around like that. But yeah, that is also a pretty nice figure. And then staying with the same row, we got Amanda Sefton with a cape that is going to be a pain to get around. Right there. And then we've got, was it Yukio? Right there. Camera's not focusing. There we go. I think it's that brown figure on the brown box. So it's having trouble. So let me move. Not bumping my microphone. Let me move that there. And are you going to do better? Oh, there she is. So there is that one right there. And then going back down to the next row, we've got Wolverine, James Howlett himself. Right there. Really do like this sculpt. Let's see. Knees are a little weird, but I think that's supposed to be like that. Then we've got not X-23. We've got Mystique, looking all Wolverine-ish with her claws there. Then we've got her daughter Rogue right there, looking all cool. Got Rogue's former boyfriend, Magneto, right here. Eric Magnus Lyncher. Then we've got Aurora Monroe, Storm, on focus, right there. And then the other big boy for this one, we've got Colossus right there. So there is all of our heroes. Then we've got Shayna and Trish Trilby. I don't know if you can see those there. My fingers are in the way. Those figures right there. And then we've got Kazar and Callisto right there. And then we've got our walkers and runners, which I'll show off on the next tray. So let me get that tray out of here. Ah! It's right there. And then I appreciate that there is no tape on the lids this time. So there's that. And then just go ahead and pull this whole tray out this time. You can see it because you want to see all of those runners on the left, walker or brutes in the middle, and all the multiple men in the center. And then what do we got here? We've got Bolivar Trask right there. And looking like he is happy that he made Sentinels. Moira McTaggart right there. holding up her index finger. And then looks like, no, that's William Stryker. Right there. And now we've got Senator Kelly. And we've got, I think this is Trish Shelby. And Agent Abigail Brand. So that is all of our characters, all of our models, all of our everything for X-Men Resistance. I cannot wait to get into this. I'm filming this, don't know when this will be out. I'm filming this before Thanksgiving. This might come out after Thanksgiving. It just depends on my time with getting everything done. But I am really waiting, hoping to get into this. I kind of want to get into this weekend, see if family would be interested in playing this game this weekend. So, but that is everything for the game. I'm going to stop rambling on now and go ahead and get all this put away so I can do the next one. So go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below with who your favorite models are from this box. Let me know down below. I might even vote whether or not you want us to start with this box or the regular Marvel Zombies. I kind of want to try out that zombie mode in Marvel Zombies, but I also do want to like bring in as many characters from various sources as possible. We've got like it's so many figures and characters to play as. Even these characters right here, I've got depending on the mode, 12 playable characters here, 12 playable characters in the other box. It's 24 characters. It's like 90 something characters to play as just in living mode. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. So again, thank you guys for watching this one. Like and subscribe, all those things, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.